Woodward Sports, let's go!
Woodward Sports Network, let's go!
It is Friday. Welcome to the Morning Woodward Show on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick, and thank you to everybody that's watching us on Facebook right now. Let's make sure we share on Facebook this morning. We may have some prizes to give away to you. If you're on YouTube, make sure you drop a comment and subscribe. Twitter, make sure you give us a retweet. And if you're on the app, we thank you so much, which is available on Apple and Android. Like I said, my name is Stick. To my right,
What's the word? It's Corey.
to my left,
It is Joey.
hi, Joey.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Good. I had to fix my suit coat real quick. I want to be official today.
Oh, the suit coat.
Yeah. And over there in producer cam, we have Alex. Alex, brand new to the Morning Woodward Show. He's going to be over there hanging out, doing the production with Adam. And then, of course, on sound, Mr. Fish. Hi, Fish. How's it going today, buddy?
It's going great. Woke up in a great mood.
Heck yeah, you did.
I don't know why. I just love seeing Fish in this little sound booth, turning up his mic. It's just my favorite thing seeing him do it.
Hell yeah. Well, the game happened last night, guys. I mean, we got a big show planned today, talking about aliens, talking about coming to America, talking about Trevor
Aliens.
Lawrence. Aliens. But first, we got to talk about the big game last night, Michigan State, the game that we were all hyped up about yesterday. I was concerned going into the game for Michigan after they laid that big egg against Illinois, and then, Michigan State's kind of been on a little run as of late. But it turns out Michigan's pretty damn good.
Aaron Henry had a nice dunk to start the game, and that was pretty much it.
That literally was it. It was like 7-4, and that was it.
It's crazy because, throughout the entire game, Michigan just kept pounding on them. And then you see the final score. It truthfully does not describe and, sum up the entire game because Michigan destroyed the entire game.
You know what's crazy? Michigan State had more bench points. Not really that saying it means anything, but they had more bench points. They
I thought
had
you
more
said
points.
bitch points.
I literally thought he said the same thing.
more points.
We got to play that back after the show because it did sound like you said more bitch points.
Which they did have.
More points off the bench. Make sure you had BENCH. And they had more points in the paint, but didn't really mean anything because just like Illinois came out there and put a curb stomp on Michigan, Michigan came back and put a curb stomp on Michigan State. It got ugly right off the bat. In the first half, it looked like, okay, maybe Michigan State might have a chance toward the end. They went on that run to close the half, and then they just never looked back. It was a slaughter.
Yeah, I didn't get home till halftime, and I was like, all right, cool. I get to sit down. It was a decent game at halftime. I'm like, oh, this is going to be a good second half. And then Michigan goes on like a 34-2 run and just blows out the entire game. And honestly, it's kind of what we discussed yesterday is just Michigan had more weapons. Outside of Aaron Henry for Michigan State, they couldn't turn to anybody, but Michigan, they could turn to livers. I mean, Wagner had a monster game with 19 points, and then Dickinson was Dickinson. He played really well last night.
And the thing, too, about Dickinson is, he's such a powerful big man. I know we didn't see it against Illinois the other night, but he played like himself finally. And this is the Hunter Dickinson that I'm excited about for the Big Ten tournament. I'm excited about for the actual March Madness tournament because the team, when they're in full force like they were yesterday night, really are unstoppable.
Yeah, and I mean that's what we've seen the majority of the season. The thing that concerns me though about Dickinson is he did well against Garza, who's a little bit shorter than him, but then when he went up against Coburn, who was just as big as him in a house, he kind of got shut down, got into foul trouble, really wasn't sure how to guard him. But you see, if they don't have a 7-footer out there, Dickinson is just a mismatch for any team in pretty much the NCAA.
He was just really imposing as well. And if we were watching the game in that second half, him and Mike Smith just got into such a rhythm that I think that's going to be a hard tandem to beat moving forward in this tournament, and in the Big Ten tournament and in the NCAA tournament. So we might be looking at something special here.
Yeah, so Michigan locked up the Big Ten championship. That's a huge deal for them because preseason they were picked to be 25th in the nation, and they were picked to be 6th in the Big Ten.
Sheesh.
6th. So they obviously overachieved, or everybody just underrated them going into the season. I think it's a little bit of both.
It's a little bit of both, but they're also Michigan is also kind of like almost on a little bit of a Cinderella story in a sense because they were not predicted to be where they are right now.
Right.
So got more hats off to him. And Juwan Howard, second year at Michigan. Granted that football and basketball are two different sports. I am aware. I'm also aware that this is a different season. Despite that, he got a Big Ten championship to Michigan before Jim Harbaugh did.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
No, and I don't know if it's hilarious. It's actually kind of sad, but at the same time, he was handed a Beeline team when Jim Harbaugh was handed a Brady Hoke team. little bit different situation. Harbaugh had to kind of restore some value to the football team. Howard took over a good team and made them better, which is great to see, and I love every bit of it because everybody was downplaying that hire that Michigan had with Howard. Oh, he's never coached anybody before. He's not going to be able to make it, but you see this graphic with him and the Big Ten championships underneath it, and it just fits, It
really does. I mean, Juwan, especially when you mention this is his second season, that is so impressive because obviously things like this take time. I mean, he was 19-12 in his first season in Michigan, and now you see him with only 2 losses, the Big Ten championship, and just the leadership that you see with Juwan Howard is seriously one of my favorite things seeing with this entire team.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, you see him, we'll get into the celebration in the locker room in a little bit, but let's watch a couple of these videos because this is when Michigan went on the run and just kind of completely took over the game, just draining threes right here. I mean, as you can see, the game's getting out of control anyways, but this is when they push it to damn near 30.
Dude, it was all the pick and rolls. Pick and rolls, like they played like they wanted that game. I mean, you saw that's the best right there.
Yeah.
Copying that Michigan State tradition, going to kiss the center court as a senior.
See, at first I thought he was doing push-ups because he messed up. Like, like when you drop a pop fly, you just start doing push-ups. Like, oh, I should have caught that. But it was just great to see Michigan go on that run, lock it up on their home court. And then, of course, you check out the end of the game. You get the handshake between Howard and Izzo. And that's a good moment. That's one of those moments where you feel like this is the rebirth of kind of a basketball rivalry between these two. And look at these kids going nuts, man. How fun would that be?
The only thing that really sucked about this moment is that there were no fans there.
Yeah.
Because if fans were there, Chrysler Center would have exploded.
Especially to lock it up against your in-state rival like that. Like that. I mean, look at the confetti falling into an empty.
Can you rewind it just a few seconds? Did you see the two? One of them picked him up right there at the bottom, and he spun hug him.
I could see you being like that after a championship, Joe. He's just spinning in slow motion.
It's always the dude that's riding the bench that's the most hype about it, too, and that would have been me.
Because that's your job, is to be the hype man when you're riding the bench. I mean, you're not contributing in any other way, so you got to be there clapping it up like you're playing on the court.
I know you wanted to mention Foster Lawyer, too. Is there some injury there or something? Because he hasn't even seen the court in some time.
I know. I mentioned him yesterday because I thought, this is one of those games where some dude is just going to have a breakout game, and that's going to be the only thing, like a Spike Albright game,
exactly.
Or like who's it, Drew from Valpo a couple years, or 20 years ago. He had just a monster game in the tournament, and you never heard from Bryce Drew. So I always look for those guys, and it's like, all right, Foster Lawyer's been very quiet all season. The kid can shoot. Could this be the game that he just gets up 5 threes and changes the momentum? Obviously, not even close. Not even close.
So, questioning, now that Michigan has locked up the Big Ten title, they go ahead and they play Michigan State in the next couple of days. Do they have a let-off and, kind of coast through this game, or do they go out and put a repeat beat down on them?
I think because they got their ass beat so bad by Illinois, they're that was a good loss for them. It got them back on track, smacked them, showed them that they're human, that, they're not invincible, and they got to do more than just show up.
I think they're going to go out into East Lansing, and they're going to handle business. I think it's going to be a closer game this time around. I think that Izzo's going to have those guys ready because the Spartans know that they need to win at least one of those 2 games. Granted, they could probably lose that game and then not hurt them too much because Michigan is ranked the second best in the country, and they'll have another chance to showcase their ability in the Big Ten tournament. But they gotta go. They gotta go out there and win that game on Sunday. And I believe that Spartans going to come ready to play. They still might be the same result, but I'm thinking it's going to be a lot closer game.
Yeah, I don't know. Vegas hasn't put out the lines yet. I was asking Adam about it this morning because I wanted to see. Michigan was -12 going into the game yesterday. What's it going to be after that beatdown? Are they is Vegas going to put Michigan at a -20 for that game on Sunday?
Nah.
With a rivalry, I feel like you just cannot. It doesn't matter how many wins you got, how many losses you got. I feel like with the rivalry, even that 12 spread that they put yesterday was still a shocker to me. But when you look at that final score, 69-50. 19-point difference, I truthfully think that score does not really define that game. I feel like it was a 30-point beatdown. It's just like Michigan the other night against Illinois, they somehow couldn't pull the point spread a little bit closer.
Right.
But Michigan State lessened that gap.
Yeah, so, I mean, that leaves the question, Michigan State, we said if they got to win against Michigan, it would probably help them get into the tournament because of their last 5 games. After that type of loss, and this is what I talked about with Michigan losing to Illinois, it's not just that you lost, it's how you lost.
Yeah.
Do you think that's just, it's over for Sparty?
I think it's over for Sparty if they lose Sunday. I think that's where it's going to be the end for them. It's no shame in getting waxed by Michigan the way you did because you were expected to lose. Now Michigan, they weren't expected to lose how they lost Illinois, but that's neither here nor there. I think the Spartans still have a chance. They just have to go out and at least make that game close. If they get blown out back to back, might not be looking good for them.
Yeah, Justin Spiro's saying Spartan Nation is wounded but not dead. They're pretty damn close to dead.
I mean, you look at them. They're 14-11. They lose on Sunday, 14-12. But how many teams could you say are the underdogs that have beat a number 4 and a number 5 team in the country?
That is true. That is true. They have some big wins on their resume. I mean, I will give them that, but they also got some massive ass beatings too.
But I mean, you look at a number 4 and a number 5 ranked team in the country. Those are number 1 seeds in the tournament. I mean, yeah, Ohio State's lost a few more, so they're not going to be a number 1 seed like that. But it's just, I don't know. I mean, I know they're losing, but they're losing to the number 2 team in the country. So even if they lose Sunday, I still don't think it's that far-fetched that they get a berth.
They gotta keep it close Sunday. I only think they don't get it on Sunday if they get blown out back to back.
Yeah,
right. No, I agree. Hopefully they don't. Hopefully it's a good game on Sunday because I just really want to watch good basketball.
Yeah.
I don't have an allegiance to either of these teams. Like I've said, I grew up in the Fab 5 era, and I loved Michigan then, but I also partied my ass off in 2000 at Michigan State when Mateen Cleaves was the point guard. So I love both the squads. What's up, Fish? What you got to say?
How much did State lose by?
19.
19.
All right, so it'll probably be 16 then.
16. That's going to be your spread.
The
Fish's spread.
I'm assuming that's what it's going to be.
All right. Yeah, it's got to go up. It can't go down, and that's what I'm saying. Do they push it all the way to 20? And that's insane. But let's look at the locker room of University of Michigan after the big win. And this is the party you always want to be a part of. This is what you dream about. This is what you train for. And this is what everybody on your squad fights for the end of the season, is to have these big, big moments inside the locker room. Alex, you got that video? Oh, he's looking for it. Oh man, that's one of my favorite videos.
You gotta get ready for this party. You don't just get it right away. You gotta earn this party. All right. It's so funny because you always see the Izzo videos after they had that number 4, number 5 upset. So you see them walking into the locker room and Izzo going crazy, and that's one of my favorite things.
That's okay. You can play it. Play it like that, Alex. It's okay. You just want to see the vibe in the locker room. This is not formatted correctly, but I still think it's good to look at these kids and just how hard they work all season long to get this payoff and finally get inside the locker room. And, you love those Roy Williams moments when it's the stiff guy. I can hear the audio. I can't see the video.
Oh, not that. I know what you mean. Talking about when the Roy Williams was doing a little crouch down and start dancing like a little stiff dude.
I love that meme of Roy Williams,
Fish going
man.
crazy.
That is
going hard.
It's hilarious just watching that. Oh, here we go.
There we go. Yeah.
Man.
That is what you want right there, man.
Hey, one thing, though, I don't know how to pop a bottle. Were they popping bottles in there?
It looks like Aquafina.
Oh, it's Aquafina. Okay.
Popping that Aquafina, baby.
Yeah, you can't have alcohol on the college campus.
Look at all the kids outside the door, like looking in the locker room. See, I'm telling you, that's the stuff you want to get in, and like you can see right there, the kids on the outside that want to be a part of the team. They got their phones up, they're capturing the moment. But those moments are so great. Have you guys ever had any of those moments when you were playing sports? Won a championship on anything?
No, not since I was a little kid.
Okay, Corey, did you ever win a championship?
Nada.
All right. Well,
We're a pretty talented squad up here.
I won a couple in my day, and those piles at the end, like, if you're the guy on the bottom, it's not fun. It's really not fun, but at the same time, like, it's a lot of fun because you just won a championship, but you're getting crushed with emotion. So it was just a fun game last night, and good for Michigan. I liked how they paid respect to John Beilein, who was sitting in the stands. The seniors went over and kind of pointed up at him. I thought that was a really special moment for them. Thank you for leaving us.
I mean, that's. I mean, I don't have nothing against John Beilein. I think that is special because he really did build up that Michigan program to what they are right now. So
yeah,
for him to be there and to get that respect, he deserved it. It's just that, man, the way he left just still is like a thief in the night. Like you wake up and it's no warning, he's out.
Yeah,
and he said like family reasons and things like that.
Yeah, and then he just went to the Cavs.
Exactly. So it's like, truthfully, I don't respect that guy at all. I know he achieved a lot at Michigan, but one guy I do respect, Juwan Howard.
Yeah, well, I mean, karma kind of got Beilein in the ass.
Yeah.
That was quick.
Like, he didn't even make it through a half season before that thing was a train wreck in Cleveland.
Like I told you, I was when Beilein left. I know, one of the, couple of people, work within the staff. I'm like, hey, did you guys know that this was coming? Like, we had no clue at all.
Yeah,
right.
We found out the same way you guys found out. So I mean, yeah, karma got him. But again, still respect to Beilein for building that program up, and now Juwan Howard's taking it over. He's bringing in those All-Americans. His class next year is going to look even. The fact that they're doing this year is great for him because their class coming in next year is going to be great, and it might get real serious for the Big Ten and for other schools if he keeps on this streak that he's on, because he's kind of like coming in the same footsteps as Penny Hardaway with what he did with Memphis, and they were just the hot team in town. Now I think Juwan Howard's the new hot ticket in town, so curious to see what happens with it.
And it's not even recruiting class, it's transfers too.
Yeah.
Because, you look at Brown, who transferred over. You look at the point guard who transferred over. I mean, those guys have added a lot to the team this year. So even though he has, what was it, 3 of the top 15 recruits in the nation or something like that, you don't know which transfers are going to be done with their program and want to come too. So, yeah, Michigan's building something pretty special there.
I love watching high school basketball, and there's this one guy coming who's a 5-star athlete from IMG Academy in Florida. His name's Musa.
Musa.
I just see this kid blowing up for the team, and just with that name, Musa, just sounds beast mode, and I can't wait. It's just going to be a great season because of the recruiting class and the power that Juwan Howard just brought to this program.
Can we talk about Dick Vitale for a second?
That
was great.
Dude.
That was amazing.
So last night we're watching the game, and we have a text thread for the morning show, and I shoot off the text thread like, did Dickie V just really say that this team for Michigan is good, but they would not ever stand a chance against the Fab Five?
I mean,
You think they
could?
It's yet to be seen, but if this team wins a national championship, they're better than the Fab Five.
I don't know.
But if this team wins the championship, they've achieved more than the Fab Five.
Right.
Better? I don't know about that one. I can't go better. It's just achieved more. Better means like they're better basketball players, better athletes. I can't go that far.
I don't know, man. I mean, like, okay, let's do the Buffalo Bills comparison. They made it to the Super Bowl 4 times, never won. Are they just a better team? Like, just because you make it to the championship game and you don't win means that you weren't that dude. Like, as awesome as those Fab Five teams were, they were young, then sometimes undisciplined, and that's what ended up costing them in the end. Granted, I will give you, if they would have stayed together and been seniors together, holy shit, like, completely different ball game. But the numbers are what they are. They didn't win a national championship. So if you take a team that actually won one and a team that got there but couldn't get it done, I mean, you can go on talent, but at the end of the day, That's individual talent. I'm talking overall team talent.
Yeah, they win this championship. They will have achieved. They definitely will have achieved more. They've gone to where the Fab Five could not go.
Right.
But will this team in 20, 30 years from now be pop culture icons?
Yeah,
will
but that's pop culture.
Will they have
I'm
changed?
talking basketball, not
I'm just
pop
saying,
culture.
will they have changed the face of? Will they have changed the face of basketball? Will they have changed the face of Michigan basketball? I don't think that this team will have changed the face of be as iconic.
When you say that stuff, you're talking like black socks and long shorts, right? Like that's pop culture.
Not just all of that. It's just like their whole identity, their whole aura, how they came to be, how the way teams play on the court, their intensity. They have a chance to go ahead and do what the Fab Five never did. So when you try to compare both of them and they win that title, yeah, you just can't, just apples and oranges. That team won the title, but
right. It becomes an interesting conversation at that point. But for Dickie V to just throw away this team without the completion of their season, I was like, dude, you don't even know what these guys really are yet.
I get what Dickie V is saying, because if you're going that starting five, the starting five we saw last night versus the Fab Five, I'm sorry, I'm putting my house on the Fab Five.
Are you?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, we can break it down player by player.
That's
but
the thing. If you go player by player, you cannot tell me that this team's better than the Fab Five.
Okay, but we're going off individual talent. I'm talking collective team. So, take the 2004 Pistons approach. Were the Lakers a more talented team? Fuck yes, they were. Were we a better team? Fuck yes, we were. So both things can be right. The Fab Five can be more talented, but this could be a better team.
I just have a hard time, agreeing with that. I want to see how even if they win the title, I just want to see how they perform all the way through. I mean, we're a Chris Webber timeout away from this being a whole different discussion.
Yeah,
but I just cannot take that leap yet. I understand the conversation. I will say this again. If they win the national title, they would definitely have achieved more, and they will have their banner up there in the rafters, and rightfully so. It's just
I'm gonna steal a Jalen Rose quote. If ifs were fifths, we'd all be drunk. So if they won a national championship, they didn't though. They didn't though.
And
I love the Fab Five, so I don't think I'm knocking them. It's just when you got a team that has the potential to win, and obviously if this team doesn't, then okay, this conversation's completely over. Like I'm up here looking like an idiot. But if they go on and win the national championship, it's an actual conversation.
Would you put you got how much ever you want to bet? Would you put your money right now on the Fab Five or the squad?
Ooh, probably the Fab Five. But, like I said, if this team wins a national championship and we're having this conversation a month from now, you would still put your money on them versus
listen, when you compare team against team, it's totally different basketball. You compare the early 90s ball to now, like this is just it's completely different basketball.
Right.
But when you go player by player, I mean, there's no way.
Time will tell. If this team wins a national championship, we have to revisit this conversation.
Juwan Howard's the difference maker, part of both squads.
That's the thing. Like, who gets credit for it?
And you know what, Juwan?
And that's actually a good argument for the Fab Five. Like, listen, without the Fab Five, they wouldn't even have the coach to get there. So I could see that being a good argument.
Hey, I'm going to say this. Is Juwan Howard, I don't think he's going to take anything away from his squad because I won't say put it together. He's coached these guys to this moment. But I still think he has that player in him like, man, me and my guys would have whooped y'all ass.
Dickie V also had another quote because he apparently, if Dickie V had to say, the Fab Five would have never happened. That's what he said. He could have out-recruited Steve Fisher and got a couple of those players away from the Fab Five.
To which school?
University of Detroit. But UAD was not recruiting at that level back then, and they're not recruiting at that level right now. I mean, you got a Ray McCollum a couple of years ago who was a high prospect that was able to come there. But
that was his dad was the coach.
Mostly because his dad was the coach.
The only
and he wanted
reason,
to help
not mostly
program.
the only reason.
Okay, I want to,
Dude was the best basketball player going into that draft class.
Yeah. So, yeah, Dickie V was just on one last night. And for him to say that he could have shut down the Fab Five, I was just like, what? What are you talking about, Dickie V?
You know what? I don't know if they did this on purpose or not, but did you see that Geico commercial with Dickie V during the game?
I must not have paid attention
Yeah, I
to
didn't
that.
see it.
Oh,
I still see
you
the
the fish
scoop.
though?
There it is. Scoop. There it is.
we have to pull that Geico commercial with Dickie V because that actually told the story of how he was talking last night. He was just not making any sense at all. It was,
Random question, because you see him saying he could have gotten the recruitment like the Fab Five. If you get like a dynamic coach, like a incredible coach like that, like a Juwan Howard or something, to go to a random no-name college, do you think that's enough to draw that recruitment as long as they're a Division I basketball team?
I mean, if you watch the Fab Five documentary, like Juwan Howard was the first piece to kind of like bring all this together. Once Michigan got him, then Jalen jumped on board, then Chris Webber hopped on, and then King. So Juwan Howard was kind of like, as our good friend D-Mac likes to say, he was the caveat.
He is.
Jimmy King, I've spoken to him. He said that Juwan is the smartest out of all of them, and he's the one who kind of got this thing popping off. So, yeah.
Yeah, and from what I hear about Juwan is he is just an absolute geek, like a basketball geek. Just watches film nonstop. Like he lives, breathes, and dies basketball. So,
But he's a cool dude at the same time, so it's like you really get the best of both worlds.
right.
I think I got a man crush on Juwan Howard, for real.
One more thing I want to talk about the game yesterday
What's
is Joey. You kind of pissed off your fiance.
Pissed off my fiance.
He pissed off your fiance.
How the hell do you know that?
Do you have that screenshot, Alex? Can we throw that up on the screen? So yesterday we went to Hall Financial because we're doing the perfect bracket payoff with Hall Financial, where if you get a perfect bracket, you could win $500,000 to pay off your loan. Keep that up on the screen, please.
All right, don't get me picking my nose, damn it. Why'd you have to come back to me?
Yeah, so we're doing the perfect bracket payoff. We go to Hall Financial yesterday, and we walk around with a microphone asking them, go blue, go green, that type of stuff. Joey posts a video, and below the video on our Instagram, he puts go blue, monkey face covering the mouth, and it says, but I like Michigan State girls, though. And your fiance replies, I want to let you read it, Joey. What does your fiance say?
The hell you do?
The hell you do? Did she go to Michigan?
No.
Okay, so
It was just a me saying I liked another woman. That was really the main thing that got her on that one. We actually talked about that.
But let's be honest, Michigan State girls much better than Michigan girls.
come on.
I mean, what are we doing here?
Come on.
Wasn't the old saying 9 out
Corey?
of 10 girls at Michigan are hot? The other one goes to, or 9 out of 10 the girls are hot that go to Michigan State. The other one goes to Michigan or something like that.
It's true. I mean, like you look at sports and beauty are two different things. All right.
Well, I mean, let's be real. Michigan State has the biggest freaking college campus in the country.
That's right.
Oh,
So-
is it for real?
No,
And they
like
let
dead serious.
everybody in.
Yeah, so
Right.
And it's a community college,
So
essentially.
you're calling beautiful girls dumb?
I'm definitely not going to say nothing about Michigan State's athletic. I mean,
Have you been to OCC?
academics.
Smoke show after smoke show after smoke show.
I don't know what OCC you went to.
I ain't going to diss MSU's academics, but I will say that by them being the biggest campus, I mean, of course they're going to have the more selection, but I mean, I'm going to be real, man. Michigan was right up the road for me. Michigan has some beautiful women.
Yes, they do. Of course they do. But just by default in sheer numbers, Michigan State has more.
They should. Their campus is a whole city.
Yeah. And like I said, it is a lot easier to get into Michigan State. I mean, that's just the way it is.
I even got accepted in Michigan State.
Yeah.
I don't even think I applied.
They just sent you like,
I'm
Joey,
serious.
Oakland's not hard. Oakland's hard to get into, and you got into Oakland. Or is Oakland not hard to get into?
Very, very hard to get into.
Very hard to get into.
I ain't saying nothing about academics because EMU is not hard to get into.
Yeah, UAD.
No, UAD just wants the money. Don't give me that.
Yeah, UAD wants $30,000 a year for
Heck
you to live in the
yeah.
hood.
Heck
Like, it's the craziest thing down there. I love UAD. 1 square mile campus, completely fenced in the middle of the hood. Oh,
And-
actually, north of UAD is very nice with Palmer Park and Sherwood Forest. But you go south to Linwood and all those, a little different ball game.
And they're secure. I will say this: UAD security ain't no joke because anytime I tried to go in there and take some pictures, they
Really?
oh
I
yeah,
thought
Dude,
they were
I
the
just
most
waved
BS.
and
Yes.
drive by.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
the waivers because
yeah.
my brother Pete
Oh, they might
lived
know
in the
you did.
dorms.
That might
No,
be-
you just got to wave. That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
thing. You got to act like you've been there, just like,
Mm-hmm.
and then they just let you right
oh
in.
man. I mean, but I have done stuff on. I've been booked for stuff on there. Man, this is like It's gated for a reason. I mean, everywhere I looked, it looked pretty nice in there.
This is a gated community. Get the hell off the property.
Nicky D's across the street having shootings all the time, too.
What?
Hell yeah.
No, man. The
that
Pied
Nicky
Piper,
D's?
my favorite party store of all time. Black Orchid, one of my favorite strip clubs that's closed.
That's right there?
Yeah, right there, like right across the street right there.
Next to a Catholic school. I love it.
Yeah.
Jesu, that's where I
Jesuit.
went.
Is it?
Yeah, I went to Jesu for 6th and 7th grade.
Nice. So if you're going to be betting on the Michigan State game this weekend, make sure you go to mybookie.com, and that's how you got to do it. Enter promo code Woodward, and we will match your first deposit up to halfway to $1,000. So you put in $1,000, you get your $500. I mean, college basketball, the tournaments come in and all that good stuff, so you're going to want to be betting on these games. So make sure you go to mybookie.com right now. Enter promo code Woodward. All you got to do is to open your account, deposit $50. You do that, we'll give you a free $25 right now. So do that right now so you can have some fun betting on games this weekend. No NBA games happening, so you got some college basketball to bet
Corey's
on.
favorite, though, the All-Star game going down on Sunday.
Yeah. Let's do this. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we got Joey's News.
Grow Green's dank deals roll on with deep discounts on the grow gear you need. Insane deals like 128 site Easy Cloners for $275, Purpinator gallons for $50, and bags of Ocean Force or Cultivation Nation 70/30 for just $8. Score your dank deal at growgreenmi.com.
Good morning, everyone.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
Let's get into Joey's News.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, so we just talked about it. Michigan beating MSU 69-50, the Big Ten champions, and their second game coming up at Breslin now because it was at Chrysler Center yesterday night. Now we're going to East Lansing territory to see if there's a different outcome. That game's Sunday night, and we actually just talked about Dickie V saying that this team is not better than the Fab Five, and I'm trying to get Jimmy King on right now. We were just texting, and he's like, not even close.
Oh.
Not even close.
I got to ask him, though, if they win the championship, how we would feel.
Yeah. I mean, it seriously brings up a good question because obviously outcome definitely plays a big role in it. Aaron Henry, he started the game off with a big slam, as you see on this play here. When I saw that, I was like, okay, 7-2, it's going to be a game.
Right. They're bringing the intensity.
It wasn't a game.
They didn't bring the intensity.
Juwan Howard, 38-14 as Michigan's head coach, 2-1 against Coach Tom Izzo, and just won an outright Big Ten championship. So I'm excited about that and seeing how this unfolds with Game 2 against Michigan State Sunday. Ben Roethlisberger signing a new contract with the Steelers, willingly reducing his salary from $19 million to $14 million for 2021. And in this video,
Really? Oh, no.
he's struggling.
Oh, yeah. How's he going to get by on only $14 million this year?
I don't know how he's going to get by, but this is going to be what he looks like coming out of the locker room. That's going to be Big Ben.
Oh, man.
One of my favorite videos
And
ever.
still throw for 300
Why
yards.
won't he just retire?
Cause Tom Brady's 43 and he's 39, so he doesn't want to.
Tom Brady
To the
is
5, to the 4, to the 3. Touchdown, Ben Roethlisberger.
Look at that
You know what
smile.
would have been great? What would have actually been pretty funny if somebody just went and tackled him for real. That would have been kind of
Oh, that old dude? The one asshole just comes out of nowhere and lays him out.
It's like that clip of the kid when he's little kid is running to the touchdown and out of nowhere somebody just like slams his ass and it starts dancing.
That's gonna be me with my kid. He's not winning anything against me. Sorry. LeBron James took Giannis as his first pick for the NBA All-Star Game taking place this Sunday, 8 p.m. And here's the starting lineups for both teams. Who you guys got winning this one?
Let me look at the lineups.
Team
We got
LeBron or
Giannis,
Team Durant?
Let me see. We got Giannis, Steph Curry, Luka. I'm not even getting to the other side, and I'm gonna say the LeBron.
Team LeBron.
Stacked.
Even though them having Paul George almost just makes me want to go Team Durant. But
The thing with this too, if you break down the salary cap, like Team LeBron has like an extra $100 million on the cap.
Sheesh.
But I mean, you like the scrappiness of Team Durant with Bradley Beal. You got Embiid. You got Kyrie Irving. You got Kawhi. I mean,
Donovan Mitchell.
They're the more defensive focused team. But look at Jesus, Giannis, Steph, and Luka. Just give me those guys, and I'm happy.
Do you like this or do you miss the old school East-West?
I think this is cool. I do miss the old school East and West back when they would wear their team jerseys. I thought that was pretty cool.
Right.
Wearing the same jerseys again is pretty cool too. But the one thing I want to talk about is the ultimate disrespect by LeBron James last night. It was actually pretty hilarious when he was going down and doing the drafting. And he said that I need
size thing?
I need some size. And Rudy Gobert was right there. And who did he take? Sabonis. I don't care what else he does this year, good or bad. That to me is going to be the moment of the NBA season.
Man, LeBron, just LeBron.
That was hilarious.
You gotta love him.
You don't gotta love him. You gotta respect him. You don't gotta love him.
Gotta love him.
That was hilarious. I mean, he probably, you know what? I think he might have did that on purpose because, Rudy Gobert is the guy who kind of, I don't want to say he popped COVID off, but, when he caught COVID, everything immediately shut down, like right when it happened.
Yeah. Back to your question, Joey. I do like the old East versus West style. I think this is fun, and it was fun for a couple years. I just, let's keep it the way it's always been. The all-stars of each team from each league play on their specific teams. To me, it's funny how they throw it back to like grade school basketball and they're going picks and stuff like that. I wonder if you're like a Dame Lillard and you're 12th picked, how pissed you are.
It's the best players in the NBA, so I mean there is a high likelihood of your favorite player not being one of the first picks.
Yeah.
And I mean Damian Lillard especially, it's like the dude's one of the best.
Oh, yeah, but he wasn't even picked nearly high enough. So it's just interesting to see these guys because you're given two alphas the choice to like make everybody's ego essentially. Like he can make anybody the number one pick, and Giannis, of course, you want to make Giannis the number one pick, but I love how the ego plays into this selection.
I like it also because I think if they just went strictly West versus East this year, I mean the West is stacked.
Ass whooping.
I mean it's some players over on the East, but the West would just dominate them like with pretty easily. So I think this format, while it does play into the ego, makes it a little bit more fun, makes it more. It's also I think it's another ratings ploy. Okay, we got Team LeBron versus Team Durant, and now we're going to be able to get more ratings now because we got the draft and then, and then the selections and everything like that. So I think it's a smart money ploy, a smart ratings ploy to get more people to watch. But also, just again, East versus West, it would just get real ugly if they had to go with those rosters. So at least for right now, until maybe some more parity comes back on both conferences, keep it for this.
So the NBA All-Star Game going down Sunday 8 p.m. and one of the last clips I got for you is Ty Larson. The job that I want to have now is be the student manager for Michigan, because this guy is the student manager for Texas Tech. Became eligible yesterday. They put him in the game. They were beating Iowa State 81-54 with less than 30 seconds in the game. And look at my man on this play.
Rudy
took a freaking charge right here. Watch this. Woo! Making moves.
Oh, they gave him a call, too. I was waiting for the baseline ref to call it, but he didn't. Look at Rudy.
You could just tell he don't belong on that court.
Oh, man, that was Texas. Did you see how many people were in the stands? Play that back for us real quick, Alex.
Living COVID-free.
I didn't even notice
I didn't see that.
But first of all, look at this little guy getting in there, taking the charge. Good man. Hey, but look at the fans going nuts in the stands.
We need to pause that. Do they have masks on there out there?
Look at this. Look at that.
Oh! I don't see no mask on some of them.
Oh, my God. It's almost like normal life is coming back. I love to see that. Love to see it.
Good for you, Texas. Enjoying and supporting your squad. And one more person I want you to support is Bridge Street Exchange in downtown Fenton, because these are my people. I love Kevin over there. The entire team is so amazing. And, we had Terry Foster in yesterday, and he told me how he went out there to check it out, and he actually loved the store. And I'm telling you, it's in downtown Fenton, so it might be a hike from you, but this place is unbelievable. Carhartt, all amazing brands there. Support your Michigan businesses because they have a lot of Michigan brands in there. And even if you don't want to make the drive, just go to bridgestreetexchange.com. use the code word WSN for 15% off your entire order.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing about Bridge Street. It's a local company, so, we want to support everything that's local and has to do with Michigan. So, by you guys supporting us, we want to support them, so make sure you go head out to Bridge Street. Let's take a quick 15-second break. When we come back, do you guys want to talk aliens or you want to talk football next?
Aliens? What the heck?
Aliens?
What are you saying with aliens?
Okay, we'll talk aliens coming up next on the Woodward Sports Network.
Morning, Art.
Morning, D-Mac.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We're recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10 and a half months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
Hire a graduate
of Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Welcome back to Woodward Sports, Detroit's all-digital sports network, live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and, of course, our app, which is available for download in Apple and Android stores today. Go do that. Go download it. Give us a nice little rating. The amount of people that have downloaded this app has blown us all away, because we see the amount of people watching on Facebook. We see the amount of people watching on YouTube. We see, at the end of the day, it's, a couple thousand people here, and then we see the app just blow up the way it did, and it's like, oh my God, there's several thousand listening on the app every time we're on. So this thing is snowballing, and we appreciate you guys for helping us spread the word simply by just sharing, commenting, tagging a friend, and letting them know about Woodward Sports. So thank you guys very much. Joey, do you believe in aliens?
No.
No?
No. In movies, yes. No.
In movies?
That's
Okay. Corey, what about you? Do you believe in aliens?
I'm on the fence, honestly.
Okay.
1,000,000,000% you do.
I'm on the fence. It's just really hard for me to believe that we're the only ones. I just always had that theory. I don't have any proof. It's just always a feeling I've had, like, we can't be the only ones.
Right.
I'm saying 1,000,000,000% on you, by the way, Stick.
That I believe in them?
Yes.
It's not 1,000,000,000%, but it's damn near. And it's similar to Corey. I believe the movie Contact. You guys ever seen the movie Contact? They had a great line in there, and they said if there weren't aliens, it's an awful lot of wasted space. And that's how I feel. Like, not to get too deep into it, but I try to figure out space all the time, and my brain can't comprehend it, which drives me insane. Like, because I always think, okay, let's keep pushing this. Okay, I get to the end of space. Well, all right. Well, space is not going to just end at a wall. What's on the other side of the wall? Like, how does this all? So it just drives the human brain insane because we're not capable of understanding this stuff. So that's what leads me to believe there's a lot more going on that I'm not capable of understanding. I've never seen an alien, never been a part of an alien abduction, anything like that, but there's got to be something else. We can't be the highest life form in the whole scheme of everything.
I really just find that hard to believe. It's just I haven't seen. I have no proof, but it's just a feeling like we're the smartest. I don't think so.
Yeah.
It's just tough for me to believe things that I can't actually see.
Yeah.
So that's the hardest part about this, because it's like, listen, if I see an alien in my own eyes, then I'll believe it. But until then.
Well, this has caught buzz now, and we're talking some prolific players admitting that they've seen aliens. One of them is Baker Mayfield. Another one, there's Tom Brady put out a tweet that he didn't say or deny, but he said, who said I didn't see aliens, which I thought was very interesting thought. Look at this. This is Baker Mayfield. Almost 100%. Em and I just saw a UFO drop straight out of the sky on our way home from dinner. We stopped and looked at each other and asked if either of us saw it. Very bright ball of light going straight down out of the sky towards Lake Travis. Anybody else witness this?
The meteor shower.
You think so?
I don't know. There's so much in the universe.
Sorry. Colin Cowherd talked about Baker Mayfield seeing a UFO. And here's what Tom Brady said, because Colin Cowherd's quote was, Joe Montana, Troy Aikman, Terry Bradshaw, Tom Brady have never seen aliens. I would prefer my guys don't talk about it. And then you see what Tom Brady said. Really, Colin? How do you know I've never seen aliens?
I just, you know what? Just real quick, I just always love when. I don't have any hate for Colin Cowherd, but I just love when athletes always fire back and we say like, "What are you talking about?"
Right. Like, what? Keep my name out of your mouth. Yeah. Don't quote me.
Don't quote me. Don't speak for me.
I love this. I love this comment right here in the Facebook chat right now. Oris Yusuf says, "Let's be honest. Tom Brady is an alien."
I mean, that would. You know what? Tom Brady being an alien would explain a lot.
It would make a lot of things make sense, wouldn't it? So there's also a former Lion who we all love, Nate Burleson. And he says back in 2013, he saw an alien. Let's play this video and listen to what he has to say.
It was early 2013. It was after the season. I was playing with the Detroit Lions. The wife and I went on date night. We went to an Asian American fusion restaurant. I had the Chilean sea bass. She had the sushi. I remember it because what a night it was. Around 10:30, 11 p.m., I'm driving home. I see some lights off in the distance. I'm like, why are those helicopters so close to each other? And why are they just sitting there? Maybe about 5 or 10 miles away. I keep driving, I see more lights pop up. I'm like, yo, those ain't helicopters. I hop out the car. These lights I saw first. These lights I saw second. Here's where I hop out the car. And then when I hop out the car and grab my phone, I had an HTC touch phone. I start recording. The lights hit a zigzag formation. Floating. Zero sound. Jaw dropped. I'm bugging out. The wife's like, get in the car. I'm like, no. I gotta see this. Then they hit like a squiggly line formation. I'm tripping. Mind you, this is 5 to 10 miles away. Zero sound. Elevating off the ground. And then they just drop. Like cloud height, just drop. And they're just sitting there. And then, they take off into the distance. I've always known that aliens exist. I just never seen UFOs. I saw them that night. And that's the truth. I mean, you got to be foolish to think that we are the only beings in existence. I mean, just dated all the way back to hieroglyphics. They were telling us that. The writings on the wall, literally. So, people were asking me to tell the story. Here's the story. The question is, are they among us?
Are they among us, Corey?
Okay. What I'm going to say might sound a little rude.
Uh-oh.
But I apologize. Nate Burleson said this happened in 2013, correct?
Is that what made him drive off the road? Is that where you were going with this?
That's where I was going with this. Because I'm like, that is the same year he had the car accident, reaching for the pizza. That was also his last year as a Lion too. So maybe he might have been lionized and thought he was seeing things. Finally, the full lionization came complete. But that's all I was going to go with that one.
Maybe he had some of that kush from 8 Mile. He just started seeing lights coming down. He was actually at the strip club, and it was when they brought the bike down with the girl on it, and he was all smoked out, just not knowing what's going on. Right. But all these predominant people speaking freely about their experiences with aliens now, it's always been a fun topic, and until somebody gets concrete proof, which, do you guys believe there's concrete proof, like Area 51?
You never know. You definitely never know what they do.
Definitely believe there is proof. Do you? There's first off, I definitely believe there's proof, and not only is there proof, the government, I believe. Now I'm trying to be no conspiracy theorist, but government. I'm just saying. Okay, let's be real. Let's just say there are aliens, and the government knew it. Do you know the hysteria it would cause if everybody knew there was another life form amongst us? They gotta keep that a secret.
Yeah, I mean, that goes back to the Men in Black thing. Like, oh, why don't you tell it? A person can handle it. A person can. People can't.
People cannot.
Yeah, I mean, it would. Oh my. We go crazy off of thinking that we may get into some type of wars or just situations with race and women. Another life form? Come on, they got to keep that a secret.
Corey, are you a flat earther?
Okay, you know what? I'm not a flat earther.
The fact that it wasn't an immediate no, I'm interested now.
I'm not a flat earther. I just listen to everything because I just don't know anything. So I'm just the kind of person where it's like, okay, I may think in the back of my mind like, Kyrie Irving and your flat earther crap, you're full of it. But I'm going to listen to you so I can at least hear your argument out, and then I'll make my own decision whether you have a plausible theory or you're just talking out the side of your neck. So like I said, I'm always the kind of person who will listen to an asinine argument before I immediately throw it out.
All right. All right. I watched a documentary on flat earthers last weekend, and the people that are behind pushing that narrative are very interesting people.
Yes, they are.
They're very much struggling to find scientific proof that the Earth is flat. Like, the experiments that they're running weren't working out for them, so they tried to rearrange how they were doing to kind of fit their narrative. To me, we're a globe, man. The Earth is round. Like, there's no debating it in my eyes.
See, but that's the thing is, why do you think that? Because you were taught that your entire life. And I'm not saying I'm on that side of it.
No, because they've proven that. Like, we thought this 4,000 years ago when we were primitive beings. Oh, my God, if we sail to the end of the Earth, we're just going to fall off. And then we learned, oh, shit, we could just keep sailing. So if the Earth was flat, we couldn't just keep sailing.
My thing with all these people that say, oh, I saw UFOs, I saw these in the sky, there was no sound, there was no this. My friend owns a company in town called Firefly Drone, and they do light drone shows all the time in the air. You don't hear anything. But I feel like people are just confusing these drones with lights for UFOs and thinking that aliens are real, and it's just crazy.
What you got, Fish?
That's what it is. It's a drone. Done deal.
Done deal.
Problem solved.
Conversation over.
Yep.
Thank you, Fish. Fish's facts coming early.
But Nate Burleson in 2013, these light drone shows weren't a thing yet. So
I will say that. That's where I was going to go with it. 2013 drones were not really a thing. Not now. Okay, what the hell is that? Oh, that's a drone. Whatever.
All it takes is one, though, Corey. Back in 2013.
You think drones will become the new crop circles? Like, you know how people used to go put crop circles in their field? Like, people will pretend and like line drones up to like look like UFOs to scare people.
Possible. Anything's possible.
Yeah. Well, now that I just suggested it, somebody get on that, because we want video of UFOs, fake UFOs.
Somebody's about to now create a UFO drone, and it's about to.
I want to do a drone light show over Nate Burleson's house.
Oh, Ben Smith from Origins, who does our Origins podcast, he just commented he once saw a UFO in '98, and that was way before drones. All right, I mean, who am I to say what you did or didn't see?
I won't say I've ever seen UFOs or anything like that. I've just seen. Sometimes you just look up in the sky and you'll see some weird stuff, and you're like, "That ain't a plane.
That ain't a plane.
That ain't a plane or a helicopter.
It's a plane.
It's Superman." So Baker Mayfield, he's saying he saw him. Tom Brady's not denying that he ever saw one, and then obviously Nate Burleson confirming and diagramming exactly what he saw. And I love that diagram, just a bunch of dots on the paper. Nothing makes you seem more insane than holding up a piece of paper with dots trying to explain how you saw an alien.
Now, what will be really freaky is if I'm just gonna be funny. If the X-Men existed in real life. Now that's some real. I'm just saying. Let's be talking about aliens. Let's have some fun with it. What if Cyclops just came out of nowhere and just started lighting folks up?
I am Professor X. You did not know this. Speaking of aliens and X-Men, Adam comes through with his bets in almost unhuman-like status. It is absolutely insane, his record this year. And it is now time for Adam's bets. We're going to take a quick 15-second break. Adam's going to hop up on the stage, and we're going to go over your bets for the weekend. No NBA, so it's a little bit tricky today, but we got some good bets coming up for you next on the Woodward Sports Network. I mean, we're inside Grove Green right now, and they have everything. I'm talking, you got your active air fans, you got your big lights over there, big pots, little pots, and Joey, what are you doing right now?
Get some sun.
That's not what those lights are for.
Feels nice.
Go to Grow Green MI today to get all your growing needs and a tan. Welcome back to the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network, and that means we're on your phone, we're on your tablet, we're on your computer. You can throw it to the screen, and it's on every social media platform that you can imagine at Woodward Sports, and of course, our brand new app that came out a couple weeks ago for Apple and came out this week for Android. So all the Android users, you got your chance now to download the Woodward Sports app for absolutely free. Get that for free. Give us that 5-star rating, and we appreciate you. And hopefully, to help you out, make you feel better about it, we're going to get you some free money right now.
Hey, always giving out free money.
Yeah.
Man. We're killing it. We're killing it.
Adam is here. How did you do yesterday?
Last night, 3-2. I kind of overstretched on the Iowa State covering and Michigan State covering, but we did good on the other 3, so we're not too sad.
Well, what's up, Fish?
Yeah, you disappointed Pilar yesterday. She took your pick.
Listen, you win some, you lose some, Fish.
Right? But you're winning a lot more than you're losing, which is very important in the scheme of betting.
100%. 52-26 so far this since we've started this, and it's been a blast. Today's a bit of a tricky day, though. No NBA.
Yeah.
No basketball games, so I'm actually just going to start with hockey. Our first 3 bets are going to be hockey, and we're taking all of the goals. So we're going to bet over and under for 3 NHL games. The first game is going to be the Minnesota Wild versus the Coyotes. I'm going to take the over. It's at 5.5 goals. 5.5 has been like my comfort zone so far in the NHL this year. Anything over 6, 6.5, I try not to. But 5.5 is so tempting, man. Like, I can just imagine both teams scoring 2 goals, and somebody has to score 1 and get an empty net late. I mean,
yeah,
5.5 makes sense to me.
I don't know. For me, man, it's anything over 3 I'd take. But hockey, I don't know. I think I'm just conditioned to think that hockey is a low-scoring sport.
I feel like the goalie talent is just diminished completely. Outside of Jonathan Quick and Tuukka Rask, maybe years prior when they were in their prime. I mean, I don't know of any goalies right now that are just Patrick Waz, Dominic Hasek, nothing like that. But that's not important. We're trying to make money. I'm going to take the under. It's a set at 6 goals today for the Washington Capitals and the Boston Bruins. Alex Ovechkin actually was just fined by his team. So I think he'll come out with a chip on his shoulder. But 6 goals is a lot considering Boston have one of the best defenses in the league. I'm going to take the over and the total at 5.5 for the next NHL game, which will cap off the night. The St. Louis Blues versus the Los Angeles Kings. I'm going to take the over set at 5.5, like I said before. 5.5, I'm super confident in the number. I've only lost 1 time betting on NHL at that line. I'm super, super comfortable with it.
I like it.
Then we move off of hockey. Guys, it's a tough day. There's some college basketball games that are just not that interesting. I don't feel like betting on because then I'll have to watch them, and I don't feel like watching them.
But that's what betting does. It makes the uninteresting interesting,
yes,
doesn't it?
But what I'd rather do is place 2 bets on a meaningless spring training baseball game and not pay attention to it at all and check my phone at night and see like, okay, well, how'd we do today?
So what games are you picking?
I'm going to take the Atlanta Braves to beat the Minnesota Twins. That'll be the first one. That one's pretty straightforward. And then the next one, it's actually a division game, even though it doesn't count yet. We got the Rays and the Boston Red Sox. I'm going to take the Red Sox.
You're going to take the Red Sox?
Yeah, yeah.
What's
what
up,
do you got, Fish?
Braves are trying to do 100% capacity this year.
Braves are trying to do 100. I mean, we just saw what was happening at that Texas Tech game, so it's not too far off.
Well, the really cool thing about all these lines is there's no mega favorite. We have a plus 100, we have a minus 105, plus 100, minus 130, minus 110. That's about as close as you can get to getting a full return on your investment when you bet. So for me, if I put $25 on each one, I'm a happy guy because I only need to hit 2 or 3 realistically to get my money back. And if I hit 4, money. More money.
That's the money dance. You got to do that every time you come
100%.
On with a winning record. Well, we did okay last night.
I have a few things planned I'm going to start doing, so I can't wait to share them with you.
I can't wait too, man.
But to recap everything for the day, I've got the total goals scored over for the Minnesota Wild and the Coyotes. I've got the total goals scored under for the Washington Capitals and the Boston Bruins, the over for the Blues and the Kings, and then I'm just going to take the Red Sox and the Braves to win straight up. And if you are feeling my picks, listen, we've gotten super close. Last night, not so great, but you put $25 on this bet, you're going to win $634.44. Having said that, always listen to me, though. Bet the game straight up. Do not just listen to the parlay. Parlays are one of the most difficult things to hit, guys. We're trying to win money not trying to spend it. So what we're doing is we're betting on all 5 games, and then we're going to put a few dollars on the side for that parlay. And if it hits, money.
Yeah,
if it doesn't hit, I'm not worried because we win 60-70% of our games every time we pick them.
I mean, that was a hell of a parlay. Like $25 gets you $600. So you put down 2, you're getting 60. And like to me, that's how I like to play my parlays. Like I'll throw like 2 of $5 at them, and I'll put my real money on the games I have super supreme confidence in.
Exactly. That way, you're not so invested into the parlay where one team, one moment can mess up everything. You have 5 games that you've put a substantial amount of money on. You're going to win money off those games because we're confident in them. And then if that parlay hits, like I said, cash money, baby.
It's called hedging your bets.
That's right.
Dude, I almost got lucky yesterday. I was like just on the app scrolling through, right? And I saw UTEP, the University of Texas at El Paso. They were up by like
El Paso?
8 points. Yeah.
Okay.
What did I say?
El Paso?
El Paso. They were up by like 8 points.
The money.
To start the game against Texas, who's ranked number 13 in the country. And they were plus 500, even though they were up.
Right.
I was like, damn, I'm betting on this game.
Yeah, you're really getting into the in-game betting.
I like in-game bets.
Yeah.
They're fun because you get to see how the game unfolds.
Live betting is super convenient. I think it's actually one of the things that Vegas in general has a rough time really figuring out from an algorithm standpoint. They do really good jobs on the spreads, the over-unders, even the money lines, to be honest. So they're usually always right, but those live games, you just don't know. A player could get hurt 5 minutes after you've placed your bet. You could see that in the first half that this team looks really good, but it's just unlucky for the other team because they haven't knocked down their shots. Maybe you're confident that the second half they're going to start knocking down some shots. You're going to place them on at a higher value than you would have gotten before the game, and live betting is super interesting. I'm actually enjoying it too.
Yeah, one of my favorite teams to live bet with is the Golden State Warriors because you know if they get down early, it's like, all right, they haven't hit their shots yet. Steph's going to go on a run, so they're down by 10 now. It's going to wind up like a 6-point game if they lose. You know, you don't see them get crushed too often, so that's the team I've been live betting with a lot just because I love Steph Curry's shot, boy.
Steph Curry with the shot, boy.
Well, thank you, Adam. Let's run these down one more time, just real quick. Go through them all and put up the graphic real quick so everybody can see it one more time.
We got the total goals scored in 3 NHL games tonight. We're going to take the over in the Wild versus Coyotes. We're going to take the Capitals and the Bruins game under. We're going to take the Blues and the Kings over 5.5 goals.
All right.
Then we have 2 spring training games. I'm not a super big fan of spring training betting, but we gotta be active, guys. We're trying to win money, so we're gonna play the Braves and we're gonna play the Red Sox to win tonight.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Adam, for coming on with your bets of the day. He does that every morning at about 8:50 right here on the Woodward Sports Network. And we got to give a shout-out to Levels. Levels is opening in Ferndale very soon. It is going to change the game for dispensaries in the Metro Detroit and all around Michigan because these guys have big things planned. So no matter if you're on the west side listening to us, if you're up north listening to us, even in the UP if you're listening, what's up? We appreciate you, but Levels is here, and we want you to follow them on Instagram right now because they're going to be starting to do some giveaways, and get in now so you have better chances for you to win those giveaways. Go to @EnjoyLevels on Instagram right now for your chance to get into some of those contests and just check out how beautiful their facilities are. Like I said, 9 Mile and Hilton and Ferndale is where it will be, and it's opening next month, and they've partnered with the Woodward Sports Network, so we love them for that. So every, Wednesday, right, Joey?
Yep,
we bring Detroit
Wednesdays.
Dog Rescue on to the Morning Woodward Show. And one of the big things about the Woodward Sports Network is we want to be involved in the fabric of everything in Detroit. Like, this is about giving back to the city. This is about giving the city a new voice, not the same old opinions that we've heard over and over and over again for the last 20 years. And so one of the major initiatives was to get the Detroit Dog Rescue in here because we love what they do for the city. Well, they brought a puppy in on Wednesday without a name. And here's the puppy. We'll throw it up on the screen right now for you. Oh, look at that guy.
This is the first time that they've ever had one without a name, too. So this one was like a aw type moment for us.
Right. So they tasked us with asking our listeners to name it. And, I mean, we got a ton. Fish was the initial name. D-Mac was also a name that people wanted. Cabrera, Woodward, a couple people mentioned, but I have my dog named Woodward, so they can't have that one. Nope. Let's see. They had, I said Miggy, right? Yep. Miggy was one of them. And we went through all of these, and my favorite of all of them was Torque. I like Torque because not only does it have to do with, like, automobile cars and Detroit, but Torkelson is our major second-year player coming on this year for the Tigers, and I just like Torque for the dog. What did you like out of all those names, Joey?
Iserman was a cool one.
Ooh,
someone dropped Iserman, and I was like, you know what? He does look like a champ.
He does look like a champ. Turns out, though, doesn't matter what we name this dog.
No, it does. They told us that we get to name the dog.
We do, but then when the owner picks it up, they can change it, and
true.
We're very close to the owner or somebody who wants to adopt the dog. He's actually sitting to my right. His name is Corey E. Woods. And Corey, on Wednesday, after we brought that puppy in, what happened?
So, I don't know what made me do it, but you know, I just took the pictures that we had, and I have a family group chat that we all talk on. We've been talking on it since around the time my grandmother passed. Everybody got a little bit closer. We all got on the family. We got on the family chat. So I dropped the photo in the family chat, and you know, just to say, like, you know, everybody in the family has a dog. I'm thinking like, okay, hey, you know, anybody want a dog? You know, we had the Detroit Dog Rescue in here today, and I thought I had a feeling that maybe my uncle might be interested in the dog, which he was.
Okay.
The curveball was my mom. My mom was like, get him. Like, she sidebarred me outside the family conversation like, I want him, give me all the info, go get him. And I'm like, okay, yeah, you know, my mom sometimes she kind of talks like, yeah, all right, whatever, you know. No, she was persistent. So apparently she's going to be going to the adoption event on Saturday, and she's going to be trying to pick him up.
Oh, hey,
that's awesome.
Did she discuss a name that she was going to have for this dog or anything?
No, she didn't discuss a name. I'm going to try to go ahead and prod her and try to get me to let her name him. What
would you name him?
I don't know. I'm kind of going over in my head, but maybe, you know what? I got to go to the house and help her get some things prepared for when the dog comes in. So maybe it'll come to me when I'm helping her out. But
put a wrestling name on him. I know you love wrestling.
Stone Cold.
You know what's kind of funny? It's funny you said a wrestling name because I was floating around like, you know, Triple H is one of my favorite wrestlers. He goes by the name. His first name is Hunter. I was thinking about that.
Hunter?
But
that's a cool name.
I was thinking about that one, but. Yeah, she's apparently gonna get him. We already have my mom already has a dog. His name is Parker. He's a lab mixed. He's like a lab mixed with a German Shepherd. So he's pretty cool. And she's like he needs some company. So
call him Rob.
Rob.
Ooh, Kobe.
I might that might be it.
Or Mamba.
Oh, Mamba. I think it's gonna be Mamba.
You like Mamba?
I like Mamba.
That'd be fun.
I think it might be Mamba.
Mamba's a good one.
So. Yeah, I guess she's going to be picking him up tomorrow. We'll see.
So, yeah, I mean, when we bring Detroit Dog Rescue in here on Wednesdays, if you want one of these dogs, you better snatch them up because it appears everybody in this room is going to wind up with a dog from Detroit Dog Rescue before this thing is over. Like, Joey, when you get in your new house with your fiance, you going to get a dog?
I want one so bad.
Yeah. You need a Woody in your life.
I do.
He's such a happy pup. So yeah, that's the update on the DDR dog. We'll call Christina and let her know. Obviously, you've been in contact with them.
Yeah.
They have an event going on tomorrow at Orchard Mall, right, Joey?
Yep.
And you're going to stop by?
Yeah, I think she said 11 to 2, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
11 to 2.
And Premier Pet Supply, you can bring them out and, you know, go see some puppies tomorrow in Orchard Lake. Let's do this. Let's take a quick break. We got some football quarterback talk to talk next right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
Hey, it's Joey from Woodward Sports, and I am here in downtown Fenton at Bridge Street Exchange. This place has so many amazing things for guys and ladies. This is the hidden spot that you got to come check out. I'm talking thorough good boots, best boots ever. They have barware. They got the Stormy Cromer hats. They got Carhartt hats, a huge Carhartt selection. They even got Snoop Dogg underwear. So go check them out, bridgestreetexchange.com, and use the code word WSN for 15% off.
Welcome back to Woodward Sports, Detroit's all-digital sports network. My name is Stick. We have Corey on the stage. We have Joey up here with me. Alex over there doing the producing today, absolutely crushing it with Adam. And then, of course, we have Mr. Fish handling the audio, making sure we sound so crispy. And Fish will be on the stage at 9:50 with Fish's Facts. But we got to talk a little bit of quarterbacks, and I'm going to kind of combine two quarterback topics that we had on the prep sheet, but let's get to the college quarterbacks first. And Chris Sims, who is, I would say, respected, right? A respected NFL commentator. He is now arguing Zach Wilson will be the #1 overall pick above Trevor Lawrence. And I wish we could have a camera on Adam at all times when I say this, because Adam is about to flip his shit.
Wait, before we do that, Joey, did you place the bet?
Did you?
It's time. I mean, I'm just saying.
I know.
Regardless of what happens, just place the bet.
I'm going to do it. How do you find that one? I'm doing that. Go ahead.
The money. The money is supposed to support right now.
So, yeah, I mean, obviously, Zach Wilson's kind of been the biggest riser throughout all mock drafts, throughout just kind of this entire offseason. The buzz around this kid is almost Joey Harrington-esque. Remember the buzz around Joey Harrington?
The piano man.
Yeah, and they put that huge banner in New York before the draft, and they really, he was the comeback kid for Oregon, and Lions bought it, and I hope we don't buy this one. The more I'm hearing about how great this kid is, the more I'm feeling he's going to suck.
You know what? I've done what Adam asked me to do. I went back and I watched more tape.
Did you?
I went back and watched more tape of Zach Wilson, and I'm not going to lie. He's damn good. I still don't think that he's the second best quarterback in the draft, though.
No, they're saying he's the best.
I don't think he's the second best. So let alone him being the best, can't go there. But I mean, crazier things have happened. Even though that Trevor Lawrence had surgery on his non-throwing arm, it's still surgery. Who knows? Maybe somebody might try to be the smartest person in the room and psych themselves out. And Urban Meyer is a wild card. You never know. I could possibly see him trying to be something that's stupid. But again, if you don't pick Trevor Lawrence, that's almost to me a fireable offense. But whatever.
Yeah, maybe it's a draft day scenario and nobody showed up to Trevor Lawrence's birthday party, so he's just going to fall down the draft board, and everybody loves Zach Wilson. What you got to say, Fish?
Todd McShay's doing his 3.0 draft, and he has Zach Wilson going #2.
#2. All right, to the Jets?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
What was crazier than me, though, was Sims had Mac Jones following Lawrence.
Yeah.
And that's what, to me, I'm like, can we stop with this? Over Trey Lance, over Justin Fields, like just people, pure stupidity when it comes to these mock drafts, just to get our attention and get us talking about it, and it worked.
And we got our mock draft up right now. Our insider Bischoff, he wrote a great article, and it's up on woodwardsports.com right now if you want to see our mock draft. I found an interesting tweet, though, about Zach Wilson, and these stats kind of scare the hell out of me. And this is why, okay, you put him on my radar. I'm starting to do my own research, and I'm starting to develop my own opinion on the guy. And then when I see a tweet like this and it shows his stats, this is against Power 5 opponents. And obviously he hasn't played many Power 5 opponents in his entire career. But look at 2018 Utah, his grade 66.9. 2019 Utah, his grade 60.7. 2019 Tennessee, his grade 54.7. The only one that is somewhat decent, 2019 against USC, 74.9, and then 2019 against Washington, 58.5.
That's the best teams he's played?
Those are the biggest teams he's played, yes.
Utah got a football team?
Yeah, the Utes.
Utah?
Yeah.
That's got to be the bummiest thing I've ever seen.
Where do you think BYU is?
I know, but that is like, listen, don't give me that bullshit of, there's these quarterbacks who went to this garbage school. It's rare. Just because there was one of them doesn't mean it's going to happen again.
Corey, how do you feel about those stats?
Utah?
I don't want to I'm just not impressed.
Right.
I'm just not impressed. That's simply it. I'm like, all right.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, people keep saying, oh, do research on this kid. It's like, okay, well, I'm doing research, and I'm not seeing much.
Honestly, don't do research on this kid. Poor guy. Don't hurt him like that. Let him get his money.
I'm seeing he kicked Division III schools' asses. Like, all right, cool. But I don't know if I'm taking him over Trevor Lawrence, which, by the way, and then we break down Trevor Lawrence's stat. This is since winning the national championship 2 years ago. Trevor Lawrence's record is 23-2, 7,000 passing yards, 800 rushing yards, 77 combined TDs, and 13 interceptions. How could anybody put Zach Wilson above this guy right now?
Again, like I said, if you take Zach Wilson over Trevor Lawrence, you should be fired on the spot. You cannot, based off of that, you cannot justify making that pick. You want to say you want to take you want to take Trevor, you want to take Zach Wilson over Trey Lance. Okay, I can see, maybe, all right, whatever. But over Lawrence or even Justin Fields, no. Can't do it.
No, and so it's just crazy to me how these guys catch fire, and we just hear the rumors, and it's like something we've witnessed with our own eyes for many years. People are just going, yeah, well, this Zach Wilson guy, though, I mean, he's athletic. It just doesn't work like that, man. What you got, Adam? What you want to say?
I feel like I got to be the voice of reason right now. So if you do look at his numbers, they're actually very comparable to Josh Allen against very good teams. And if you go back to Josh Allen's college career, played very bad teams. The 2 games that he didn't play were also against very bad teams, but the team lost. We're not analyzing their stats. We're analyzing them as a prospect. Can they transition to the NFL? Can they make throws? Are they smart enough? Are they mature enough? That's really what you're looking for in a quarterback. So
yeah, I get that. And
those numbers are
Lawrence.
scary if you're looking at just that. But when you choose a franchise quarterback and you're going to really invest your whole future, especially a top 5 pick, into a quarterback, you're not just looking at his numbers. We've seen many quarterbacks with amazing numbers fall out of the league. So we got to be careful. Like,
right, but when you don't have one good game against a
BYU.
Power 5 opponent.
He went to BYU the same way Josh Allen went to Wyoming, the same way Wentz went to North Dakota State. I mean, again, we can't knock these guys at the level that Cam Newton was playing for a Division II Florida, I believe Florida Atlantic at the time, before he went to Auburn.
Oh.
Like, even Aaron Rodgers played in Division II.
He
Like,
played with Cal.
But he moved to Cal after. He was in Division II before.
Okay. Yeah, but these moves, you can't just ignore these moves.
Again.
Auburn and Cal are the reason why they were who they were. It's a part of their story. It's a part of what got them to where they are. And, I mean, I agree with you because you bring up a good point. I mean, you're taking a risk on it. If you get these quarterbacks maybe in the second round or later on, okay. But if you're putting this with such high draft capital, it's a stupid move.
I mean, Adam, originally you thought this guy was a second-round pick. Are you now arguing that he's better than Trevor Lawrence?
No, fuck no.
Then what are we doing here?
God.
This is a conversation we're having.
If he goes number 1, like, I would sell 15% of Detroit Lions ownership to get the fucking second pick in the draft and just take Lawrence. It'd be a steal. Like, holy shit. You get how dramatic I'm being for a reason.
For sure.
But no, he's not a better quarterback. He's not a better prospect than Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is the best quarterback prospect to come out since Andrew Luck. There's no debate. No, there's no debate. Name me one quarterback prospect better than Trevor Lawrence since Andrew Luck came out.
Justin Fields.
Fuck me. Anyways.
I will.
Zach Wilson is not deserving to be over. I don't even think that's a conversation, but if you want to have the conversation with Fields, with Trey Lance, whatever, but that's really on the team. Like, what do they want out of their quarterback? And that's who they're going to take. If I want more of a mobile, dynamic, strong arm, kind of a Josh Allen-esque quarterback, I'm probably looking at Trey Lance right now. He fits every billing. If I want a dynamic quarterback, but who can make all the throws, can probably transition to the NFL sooner than most quarterbacks, I'm looking at Zach Wilson. If I'm nervous, but I need a quarterback, I'm looking at Justin Fields like, man, Ohio State quarterbacks, they don't make the reads.
Oh, my gosh.
Listen, whether you like it or not, that's the truth. You can ask actual NFL scouts like Scott Bishop.
What does that mean?
It means that at Ohio State, they have the best talent surrounding the quarterback, the best linemen, the best running backs, the best receivers in the country, the best defense in the country typically. He's surrounded by amazing talent, not even compared to BYU talent. And they only ask Ohio State quarterbacks in that scheme to make a first read, maximum 2 reads every play. If the first option isn't open, he's running. If the second option isn't open, he's fucking running.
Under
It's that
previous
simple.
coaches, not
no,
Coach Day.
under Ryan Day. Holy shit. Are you serious?
You talk out your ass when you say
Look
this.
at Dwayne Haskins. Go last year. Look at Dwayne Haskins.
Okay,
way
I
better
know,
numbers
don't
than
compare
Justin
to Dwayne
Fields.
Haskins.
Way better numbers than Zach Wilson. He did the same shit Justin Fields did.
What
he
great
made one or
quarterback
two
has come
reads
out of
and then he
BYU?
moved. Huh?
What great quarterback has come out of BYU?
We're not talking. BYU doesn't have a history of quarterbacks being drafted in the first round. Neither did Wyoming. Neither did North Dakota State.
Well, I know, but like you're
What
kind
do
of
we-
making an argument that like the past dictates the present,
No,
right?
no. Justin, you evaluate Justin Fields individually, but when you want to bring up concerns of Ohio State quarterbacks, I'm giving you the reasons. These are not bullshit. This is actual
Bullshit.
reason.
I'm drafting
They're not
Joe
bullshit.
Milton because
Go look
Tom
at
Brady
Cardale
turned
Jones.
into a goat.
Go look at Terrell Pryor. Go look at every quarterback that's come out of that school in the first round. All of them have had trouble learning the playbook and making reads on the field. They usually get sacked way too much, which means they end up getting hurt and they're out of the league. Or they just make horrible reads and they throw too many goddamn interceptions.
You compare Justin Fields to that?
You have to.
You don't.
It's the
Just
Ohio
because
State
of a
scheme.
previous quarterback underneath this
I
program?
can compare him to one quarterback under Ryan Day. Is Ryan Day a better coach than Urban Meyer?
Different coach.
Is he better?
Just
Is
haven't
he better
seen it
than
yet.
Tressel?
Look how new he is in his.
I
this.
know. So I'm going to go off the one quarterback he's produced.
Okay.
That one quarterback could not make any reads. His first instinct was to move out of the fucking pocket, which is horrible. He's not as athletic as Lamar Jackson. Neither is Justin Fields. These Ohio State quarterbacks, again, are being forced in a good way because it benefits the school. They win a shit ton of football games. But they're asked to make one or two reads maximum. In the NFL, your fourth read is your fucking best option, or you have a check down. Your number one option is almost never open unless you play in a dynamic offense where you have a Tyreek Hill who's moving at the line of scrimmage. Like, it's so not even close.
That's the beauty of the NFL. It's about who adjusts best to the league, and that's it.
That's right. And Ohio State
Yep.
quarterbacks have proven they have a very difficult time transitioning to the NFL.
Well, and we'll see. That's it. History will tell. That's
Yeah,
the only thing.
That whole Ohio State argument, once again, it kind of goes back to that Buffalo Bills argument. Like, Ohio State turns out good prospects, they get them to the pros, and it's like, oh, well, because they've turned out so many pros, we can judge them so harshly. And it's like, wait, other colleges aren't even turning out pros. And listen, you're forcing me to talk positive about Ohio State, and I hate you for doing this to me, Adam. But I really hate that argument. I'm with Joey on it. Like, I don't care what the hell Ohio State did before Justin Fields. He's not any of those guys. So you can't call him those guys and say, oh, well, it's all based on precedent. There is no precedent for a lot of this.
He spent 3 years there underneath the Ohio State program. Couple different coaches. That 3 years there is not the reason why he's entirely who he is.
Right.
He's his own individual. He's going to learn what he learns, takes a little bit from this coach, takes a little bit from that coach. It's just, that argument is just so pointless to me. I've never understood why, and it truthfully makes me so mad.
I think it's PTSD. I mean, because you haven't seen, let's just say over the past 20 years of Braxton Miller, J.T. Barrett, Cardale Jones, Troy Smith, freaking Heisman Trophy. You never seen those guys pan out in the league. So, I mean, granted, the game has changed. The game has changed. But I think it's really just simply PTSD. Like, we've never seen an Ohio State quarterback really flourish to that level. Running backs, yes. Wide receivers, yes. The QB,
cornerbacks,
yep. We've seen everything but the quarterback come out of there and produce. So it's, while each coach is different, and you've gone through different coaching changes, it's still the same thing. So to that point, I get it, but at the same time, you also have to judge each person by their own situation, and it's always about where you get drafted and what team you get drafted to, and who you're coached by in the NFL, and if they're going to put you in a position to succeed. So if Justin Fields is not drafted to a place where he's going to be set up to succeed, then we're going to have this same argument of Ohio State quarterbacks are not going to be in a position to be great. I don't think, off of the Ohio State quarterbacks I've seen in the league, I can't really say that any of them have been put in that position to succeed as a quarterback.
Yeah, I just think it's so unfair to judge. Like, there's not many schools we can judge them like we're judging Ohio State on this, because not many schools turn out as many pro prospects at quarterback. Yeah. Right? Like, Drew Brees, greatest guy to ever come through Purdue. Not like they're turning out pro prospects constantly. Like, where are the majority of these pro prospects coming from? And it's always hit or miss over here, over there. Ohio State is at least consistently turning out prospects. Yeah. Do they pan out? No, but I have a rough time penalizing them for turning out prospects.
Heck, I mean, we just said this. Tom Brady is arguably, and I don't think it's arguably, the greatest quarterback, you can say football player of all time, and he was good at Michigan. He wasn't great.
Right.
So, I mean, it's really just about, but the thing is, Tom Brady got drafted into the perfect situation with the perfect coach to go ahead and grow. If Tom Brady didn't go to the Patriots, there's no one's telling if we're talking about him the way we are right now.
Oh, yeah, no, the landing spot is definitely a big part of it. I mean, that's why, like, Eli Manning fought so hard to go where he went.
Yeah, he was originally supposed to be a Charger, then he ended up in New York. Looked like it worked out well for him.
Yeah, no, it worked out really well. So yeah, that struck my, I guess, questions about what the hell is Chris Sims on right now, putting Zach Wilson above Trevor Lawrence. But at the end of the day, he could be right. He could be right. I don't know that. I don't think that. But, Adam seems to think Wilson has a good prospect to be an NFL quarterback. So we'll find out. That's the best part about sports is the numbers won't lie.
I'll say this much, and I feel safe saying it. If Zach Wilson goes to the Jaguars, if Zach Wilson goes to the Jaguars, or even in one of those first couple of picks, I still don't think he's going to be in a better position than wherever Trevor Lawrence goes.
Right.
Because they're both shitty teams. That's why they got those draft picks.
Let's take a quick break right now. When we come back, something big is happening this weekend, and I want to touch on it, and then we'll get into a little bit more quarterback talk right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10.5 months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
a graduate
of Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Welcome back to Woodward Sports, Detroit's all-digital sports network, live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and, of course, our app, which can be downloaded in the Apple or Google Play Store. So thank you guys so much for all your support. We've kind of touched on this a little bit. One of my favorite movies of all times is Coming to America, and it's coming out today, right? Digitally?
Well, it's already out.
Oh, it's already
Amazon.
out?
Yeah, so
Amazon.
at midnight it came out
midnight.
on Amazon Prime. So if you have Amazon Prime, you're already subscribed to Prime Video, so you can go ahead and go watch it.
I love this movie. It's got one of the best sports quotes of all time in it. In the face when they're at the St. John's game in Madison Square Garden. The reason I bring this up, though, is because, Joey, this is your homework assignment for the weekend.
I'll watch it.
You got to watch this movie, but I really want you to watch the first one before, because you don't really remember the first one, right?
I see, the thing is, I'm just horrible at remembering. My memory's just awful all around, but especially with movies. And you guys always hit these quotes, and I'm over here like, So, yeah, I will definitely watch it. I got it on my calendar to remember to watch this movie. I just need your Amazon Prime login.
I got you, baby. I got you.
I'm just kidding. I stole my brother's.
I mean, the thing is, I have not seen the second one yet, and I'm not going to expect the second one to live up to the first one's expectations, because the first one is just, that's too hard. That's going to be too hard to beat. Everybody, because I've seen a few people say, I don't want to sway anybody's opinion. I've seen some mixed reviews on it
already.
But I'm like, I'm just going to go in here just expecting there's something to be a good film. I'm not expecting it to be better than the first one. The first one, as great as Eddie Murphy is, that's lightning in the bottle, where literally the whole damn movie is funny. You don't get that all the way off, where it's like no letdown. So I'm anybody who's expecting it to be better than number one, I think that's asking a lot.
So when you look at actors playing each role, because I didn't look at who's who in this
Oh,
movie.
it's just Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall.
Okay.
That's it. They play
Okay,
every
good.
single role.
Good.
Like that's actually we got one of my favorite clips from the first one that we can throw up right now, and let's watch this.
Sexual chocolate.
Randy Watson.
Sexual chocolate. Sexual chocolate. See, and that's Eddie Murphy, right?
Damn, that boy's
Yep.
insane.
And that's Eddie Murphy on the right and Arsenio on the left. See, they play every single role, Joey.
Put your hands together for Mr. Randy Watson. Yeah, one more time. Randy Watson, how about it?
Randy Watson, to me, is one of the most iconic figures of all time. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've said the quote, "Sexual chocolate." They play so fine, don't you agree?
Man, Eddie Murphy is just a boss for playing all those characters and making them all intertwined and be funny.
So I'm looking forward to that this weekend. I'm definitely going to plop my ass on the couch and watch that since there's no basketball to watch.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask, what other movies that they made back in the 80s would you like to see an extension of? Because that's one thing I do like. They didn't just go for the cash grab on this and throw out the part 2 like right after. Like, this is taking some time. I'm hoping they put some thought into it and really made this script great. But what other movies would you like to see kind of remade? Like Karate Kid and Cobra Kai. I would love for them to do a full-length Cobra Kai now. I think that would be amazing.
I'm going to go with another Eddie Murphy movie that I would like to see a follow-up of. I would like to see another Trading Places.
Okay. How would you do that now?
I don't know, but it's just like, I don't know how you would do it. I
couldn't do that movie now.
You might be able to do some kind of twist or a spin on it. I don't know, but
like Richard Pryor the Toy, remember that movie? You couldn't make that movie now.
Yeah.
Some of the shit we grew up watching is just like, wow.
Oh, you know what? Yeah.
Oh, now you know which movie I'm talking about?
Okay, it's a lot of stuff that right now would be super
canceled immediately.
I mean, heck, even right now, when we were on break, I looked at they're trying to cancel Eminem.
Oh no, I saw that. That was over the weekend. Do you know why? Guess which line?
Oh, I saw the line. And
Okay.
I'm like, if you thought that you were gonna cancel him, if you're gonna cancel him over that line.
What was the line?
That's what I want you to guess. Like, what of all Eminem lyrics, what do you think he would be canceled for?
Sheesh.
You don't have to repeat the lyric, but what in general do you think it would be about?
A slur?
Nope.
Nope, not a slur.
Not a gay slur?
Nope, not killing his wife. That wasn't enough.
Or matter of fact, think of which song.
Yeah, there you go. You've heard it 10,000 times in your life. I know
Easy.
this. Love the way you lie.
Like that, just that line?
No.
The song. From the
I'm going
song.
to tie her to the bed and set this
Oh
house
my
on
gosh,
fire.
really?
That is what the world is trying to cancel. Eminem over.
And I said this.
It's a lot worse.
If you're gonna cancel him over that line, I suggest you do not go back and listen to the Slim Shady LP, the Eminem, the Marshall Mathers LP, or the Eminem Show. Don't go listen to any of those.
That's one of his cleanest lyrics, I think.
Oh my God, there's some that's just like I don't even want to repeat them right now live on the air. But like some of the stuff he said earlier, I mean, like he had to bring Elton John out on stage and they sang "Stand Together" just to prove that he wasn't a homophobe because of his lyrics.
That's probably, and that line you just uttered was probably his most G-rated lyric ever.
That's crazy. See, that's the thing. I mean, that's obviously the beauty to Eminem isn't the bad lyrics that he uses, these days, but it's just, I mean, that's what Eminem is.
Right.
You can't discredit that.
And just of all lines, a Rihanna song,
Right.
like not anything off the D12 album, not a diss track to Ja Rule, nothing. Just Rihanna's on that. Okay, we're gonna cancel Eminem. So,
But back to the movies.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of more '80s movies. I think of a lot of '90s movies. I'm trying to hold on. Let me see one movie because I don't know whether that came out in the '80s or the '90s.
I don't care what. Yeah, what movie?
I want them to do this correctly because I have not seen it correctly done. Remade since the first one. The world needs another Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
No, they don't. They just remade one a couple years ago,
But
and it was
done,
trash.
They need it done correctly, not a Michael Bay
Oh, okay.
experience. I think the very first one they did, you can argue the second one too, but the very first one they nailed it perfectly.
We got Gremlins. That'd be funny if they remake. But there's already like a Gremlins 2 and a 3.
Yeah.
Space Jam's one that I'm excited for.
Yeah, that remake's gonna be dope.
No, it's not. Did you see the news about it?
Uh-oh.
I thought it was in
The
July.
aliens aren't giving the bodies back?
No, oh wow. So hold on, let me pull this up because I caused a fit over this. So Space Jam: A New Legacy includes cameos from The Matrix, Mad Max, DC, and Casablanca franchises as LeBron James and his son travel through the Warner 3000 Entertainment serververse, whilst Al G Rhythm tries to steal LeBron's Instagram followers.
Huh? Oh God. This just sounds like
some
Wreck-It
pop
Ralph
culture
now.
or something, right?
Now, my friends were saying, well, my friend Chris, I got to call him out. He said, well, the first Space Jam sucked. We were just too young to realize. I'm like, come on, man.
No, like the whole... you may say the movie sucked, but the whole concept was kind of cool. Aliens took over the best athletes' bodies. They had to get them back. Stealing LeBron's Instagram followers? I don't give a shit. You can have that. Yeah, I honestly, who cares? That is a horrible plot, but that's what I mean for Coming to America too. Like, hopefully they vetted this out enough to be like, that plot sucked. Let's try this. Like,
what if it's something that you're just so disappointed and it ruins the movie for you though? Because that happens a lot.
It does, and that's why I don't see a lot of part 2s when I really like the first movie. Like Belly, one of my favorite movies of all time. Don't see Belly 2. Just don't do it. The game's in it. It's awful.
How confident are you in the second one?
I'm very confident in this. It's Eddie Murphy.
He's producing it too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm hoping because remember when Eddie Murphy went to start doing the kids movies, he lost a little bit of his edge.
Yeah,
so I'm
Dr.
trying to.
Dolittle was fine.
I mean, yeah, it was cool, but when he started doing them kids movies and started getting them Shrek checks,
That's right.
He kind of backed off a little bit, but remakes are. They're either hit or miss. Like, of the last couple of movies I've seen, I think the one franchise that kind of like, I don't want to say they made it better, but they didn't have a total drop off was the Bad Boys franchise.
Yeah.
I think each one
stood on its own.
It was like the first one, great. The second one, okay, it was a good movie. The third one, I thought the third one was actually better than the second one, to be quite honest. They're fighting over it. But I
that's
still,
one with Gabrielle Union?
Yeah, I didn't like the Gabrielle Union was okay. That was the second one. But the third one, I thought the third one was better. It was better than the second one.
Yeah, so Coming to America 2 out now. Make sure you watch that this weekend, so when we talk about it on Monday, we can do that. Joey, it is now time for your news.
Good morning, everyone.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
Let's get into Joey's news.
Let's go!
Michigan beating MSU by 19 points last night, and the Big Ten champions. And they're going to be playing again Sunday at Breslin. This play right here by Aaron Henry was honestly probably the only good play that Michigan State had. I saw the score. I was like, all right, 7-2. I think this is going to be the game that Michigan State pulls off. When I saw that with the momentum on that, it just did not pan out.
Yeah, no, that was the intensity that they brought, but Michigan just totally took the game over.
Yeah.
That was as close as they were going to get to having a highlight.
Yeah, you see Livers there, the senior, going and kissing the center court, which is a Michigan State thing to do for the seniors, kissing the Sparty center court. Ben Roethlisberger signed a new contract with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and guys, I feel so sad for him. He willingly reduced his pay from $19 million to $14 million, and this poor man is struggling.
Yeah, can we start a GoFundMe for Ben Roethlisberger?
Honestly, the only GoFundMe we're going to need is for this old man who this is what he looks like walking out of that locker room next season, because he got to hang up the jersey. That's Ben Roethlisberger coming out of the locker room.
He's getting some big blocks, though.
Yeah, that's what the Steelers do for you.
Yeah, good old Ben Roethlisberger. He is going to be gray-haired and just tired before he retires.
He just let it go. You've had a good career. You've got away with stuff you really shouldn't have, and was still able to play football. Just ride out into the sunset. Don't be Brett Favre and hold the franchise hostage and prevent them from moving on. Now, hey, he could just pull a magical season out the ass and come back and light it up, but the chances of that happening, don't see it.
Not so good.
Not so good. So the NBA All-Star Game going down 8 p.m. this Sunday, and LeBron had the first pick Who would you pick from this roster right here as your first pick if you were a captain? You got Team LeBron and Team Durant. One player off of this board. Who are you picking first?
If they're healthy, out of that group, can't lie, I'm probably going to go AD.
AD, wow. Okay, see, I'm picking between Giannis, Luka, or Kawhi. Those are my big three on that board right now, and Team LeBron got two of them.
Yeah, I mean, Luka's been balling out, but LeBron did end up taking Giannis as his first pick, as you see right there. But, man, this roster, I think LeBron got them beat by a little bit.
Why are the rosters unbalanced? Like, why does Team Durant have more players?
Oh, probably one of them.
Opting out, maybe?
Let me just kind of looking real quick.
Somebody filling in for somebody or what?
Because Devin Booker is filling in for Anthony Davis, so Anthony Davis just still got the recognition.
Got it, okay. All right, that's why he's got that little dot by him.
Just put Jeremy Grant on Team LeBron or something.
There you go.
Fit him.
Fill it out, baby.
Fill it out. Ty Larson, a name you don't recognize. He is the student manager for Texas Tech, and yesterday they were beating Iowa State 81-54, less than 30 seconds left in the game. Well, the guy is eligible to play ball, so they put him in the game yesterday, and just look at this beautiful play that he had.
I love this, too. Like, there's nothing better than this
Taking
story.
the charge, though.
Yeah, nice.
Hey, what if he got stepped
Jake.
on at the end of that?
He wouldn't care, man. That kid, you could literally run that kid over right now. And then look at the Texas fans. This is actually yesterday. Texas opened up everything, if you didn't hear. And Texas fans in the stands going wild.
A little bit jealous?
A little bit jealous, for sure, for both people. Like, I would like to be the water boy that makes it onto the court, and I'd like to be in the stands going nuts after a big basket or a big win for one of my local teams. But I love those stories of when the water boy gets the chance, or the kid that they neglected all season finally gets in and gets his bucket. You know, it's just Rudy. It's real-life Rudy right there.
You love to see it. This is a perfect time for you to learn a new trait or a new trade because, listen, Northwestern Tech is a school. It's the HVAC school that works. 10.5-month program. I went to college for 4 years. It was miserable. This is just a 10.5-month hands-on HVAC program. So check them out at northwesterntech.edu. Just look at my man smiling right there above me. He's a happy man because he chose the degree that is setting him up for life because it's a pandemic-proof industry. Everybody needs heating and cooling. So check out northwesterntech.edu again.
Yeah, thank you guys from Northwestern Tech. We appreciate you. It scared me last week, and the rumors are now starting to heat up a lot more. Deshaun Watson to the Bears.
No.
This is what I keep seeing over and over and over again, that the Bears are offering the most for Deshaun Watson. The only thing that's keeping me somewhat happy right now is that Houston says, no matter what you offer us, that's our boy, we are not trading him. But I am hearing tons and tons and tons of buzz about Deshaun Watson going to the Bears. And as a Lions fan, that scares the hell out of me. Like, that's another, okay, well, we're just getting rid of Aaron Rodgers, hopefully, but now we got to deal with this guy for the next 10 years.
Why does everybody want to go to the damn Bears?
I think they feel that defense is just a quarterback away from making it. That's all that I can think, because the Bears are not a great organization. They haven't won a damn thing since the 80s, and that was well before Deshaun Watson. It's cold. They play outdoor. Like, I don't know why everybody wants to go to the Bears, but it's scaring me that the Bears could actually land a Deshaun Watson.
If they could keep Allen Robinson and add that to the team, ooh, that's scary.
We just talked about the potential of Russ Wilson going there in a trade like last week.
Yep.
Now we got to in such a great week talking about this Deshaun Watson. Like, why can't we have good things in Detroit? Why can't we have good fortune? Why do we have to go through a rebuild or retooling only to have another boogeyman enter the conference or the division when another one is on his way out?
Well, and if we know that Chicago may potentially get this guy, why don't we get off our ass, offer them Goff and a couple first-round picks, kind of the haul we just got for Stafford, and just, here you guys go. We'll take Deshaun Watson. That solves a lot of problems for us.
I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna have faith. Going to have faith in Brad Holmes and John Dorsey and their organization that they're going to do the right thing. But if the Bears are going to go ahead and get either a Russell Wilson or a Deshaun Watson, I'm going to be honest, I would not like it. But I'd rather them just go ahead and get it over with, because just it looming over the heads of Lions fans, it's not right for them. It's not fair.
This reminds me of when I used to get new shoes as a kid, and you go to the gym or go to the game the next day, and you're like, oh, I got the coolest shoes, and then your boy one-ups you, and he got the Jordans. I feel like this is exactly it, because I was so excited about this golf trade.
Right.
I was excited about the assets we got. But if this happens in our division, they get Deshaun Watson, I'm going to look at this like, oh, that's all we got?
I mean, Dabo did call him the Michael Jordan of football, so where else should he go play, I guess?
Seriously.
But I'm hearing that Khalil Mack is going to be involved in this, multiple first-round picks, and then some other guys that they got to move strictly for cap space. But that is a lot, and I don't know if that's enough to get the Texans to move off of this. I just hate hearing this rumor. Like, I want to hear Deshaun Watson's going to anywhere else but in our division. Like, really.
I got a question. I mean, I don't know, maybe Adam can hop on the producer mic and answer this too, because I'm kind of confused about something. Why in the Lions, we can agree that the Lions have been an inept franchise for quite some time, and they made some bad moves while trying to make the right moves, right?
Right.
Why in the hell did the Texans just intentionally blow up their team and disrupt everything, alienate all of their stars the way they did over the past couple of seasons? The Lions have done it, I want to say, unintentionally. It looks like the Texans went out their damn way to screw their franchise up.
I'll give you the answer to that. You ever fishtailed in your car? Like, you start to get a little out of control this way, and then you're like, shit! And next thing you know, you're fishtailing completely that way, and you fucked yourself. That is exactly what the Houston Texans did. They knew that they had to correct something. They overcorrected they didn't have to fire Bill O'Brien. They just had to take him out of that GM role and let him be the head coach. But they threw him out, and then they got D-Hop out of it. Like, they were just, okay, we need a running game. How do we get a run? Like, they overcorrected, and now this is what they're doing. Down the road till they crash into a tree.
It's just insane to watch. People have this much power, and they have everything that they actually really need to take the next step, and they took, instead of taking a couple steps forward or baby steps forward, they took a million steps backwards.
Right.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it either, but, you know, like I said, I think it was just an overcorrection. And that's what you do. Sometimes when you get caught in the sauce and you don't know what to do and you just start changing things for the sake of change, it does not work out. I've never seen change for the sake of change just work out.
Nope.
So, all right, we got Fish coming up at about 9:50 with his Fish's Facts of the Day. Well, first, I want to give a shout-out to Grow Green, growgreenmi.com. Make sure you go there right now if you need anything for your grow needs. And even if you're thinking of starting a room or setting up your room, they have the great prices to where they can make it really simple for you, really easy, and they'll walk you through step-by-step how to set it up. They'll walk you through all the tough parts that you may be questioning going into this. They're in Whitmore Lake, once again, local Michigan company, so make sure you support them. And if you call them right now, 810-299-2900, and let them know that Woodward Sports sent you, they'll hook you up with a free t-shirt. So even if you stop by, say, hey, Woodward Sports sent me, where my free t-shirt at? They'll give it to you. PJ is the absolute man out there. We love PJ, and we love all the dank deals that Grow Green has for you.
I got something exciting I'm doing later today, guys.
What you doing, man?
Going to a new advertiser. Is an advertiser that we're all going to love so much because they got cookies.
Ooh, I like cookies.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
It's this place called Crumble Cookie.
Okay.
And you hear about all these, like, spots that just specialize in cookies. Like, this is probably the best cookie. This is the best cookie that I've ever tried in my life. There was a location in Ann Arbor. Now they're opening one up in Rochester Hills, and I'm going there to shoot some videos, and they're doing a cool thing. Next Friday, it's going to be a free cookie day. So it's literally free cookies to everybody that shows up.
That's awesome.
So I'm going to have more information on that later on in the beginning of next week.
And I want to get one more plug in for Sunday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. at CJ's Upper Deck in Waterford.
Oh, yeah.
You know our boys, Modi, Dan Notini, all the Motor City Madmen. They are going to be there collecting clothing drive. And every year I clear out my closet. This is about the time you start clearing out your closets. Take it to them, donate it. They get it to a great cause. So that's going on at CJ's Upper Deck in Waterford, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. this Sunday. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, the man Fish is on with his facts.
Grow Green's dank deals roll on with deep discounts on the grow gear you need. Insane deals like 128 site easy cloners for $2.75, Purpinator gallons for $50, and bags of Ocean Forest or Cultivation Nation 70/30 for just $8. Score your dank deal at growgreenmi.com.
Morning, Art. Morning, D-Mac.
Welcome back to the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. My name is Stick. We have Joey on here, Fish is here, Adam's here, Corey's here, Alex is here. It is now almost 9:50. We're 1 minute early. Fish, is that okay if we go early today?
Sure.
All right, I'm about to hit you with your Fish's facts. Let's go.
Is it time? Yeah, it is. Fish!
Go Fish. Fish facts.
It's fish!
And we got to say, Fish got a fresh new haircut here at Lady Jane's. And Fish, you look amazing, buddy.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Got that mop cut off yesterday, didn't you?
I didn't think it was long.
It was a lot longer than it is now.
You look clean,
yes, that
Fish.
Is correct. That is correct.
Look like a young lad. All right, what are your facts for today before we get into the weekend, Fish?
All right, we have a bunch of them. It's going to the weekend. Favorite time of the week, day, whatever it is. Anyways, Liverpool and Chelsea played yesterday.
Okay.
And for the first time in their 129-year history, they have suffered 5 consecutive home defeats.
Oh, wow.
So, they're not looking too good.
No, that is not good. 129 years?
Yeah.
Yeesh.
So, not looking good. We go from soccer to cricket now. India have not lost a home test when batting first since 2012-2013. They have 15 wins and 2 draws.
Nice. How do they determine who bats first in cricket?
Coin toss.
Okay. So they got to win that coin toss, and they're almost undefeated.
Yeah.
I like it.
So just a simple coin toss, and then the guy, and they throw science into it. So they say, oh, you know, the pitch is flat or the pitch curves, so we're going to bowl because there's a little bit of grass on it. Or no, we're going to bat because it's a very good wicket. The soil will hold all this crazy science stuff. I don't know.
All right.
That's what goes into it. A lot of science goes into it.
I really got to learn about cricket.
It's not just a simple, we're going to bat first, we're going to bowl. They got to look at the field and see if there's grass or dirt or
So it's
how
not like
swings.
an NFL coin toss when it's like, yeah, we're just going to take the ball.
No. They throw science into it.
Got it.
And then we go to hockey. Connor McDavid. This is the 3rd time in Connor McDavid's career that he has been held without a point for 3 consecutive games.
Wow. I mean, that doesn't seem like it's too big of a deal, but obviously Connor McDavid is a boss.
So a point is a goal and an assist in hockey.
Yes, it is.
So just for any of you who do not know what a point is, it's a goal and an assist in hockey.
That is a fun fact.
And then we go to basketball, NBA basketball. Julius Randle, 27 points, 16 rebounds, 7 assists, 11 from 19 field goal shooting. He became the first Knicks player with 10-plus, 20, 10, and 5 games in a season since 1983.
Patrick Ewing? Was Patrick Ewing the last one?
Doesn't say. But
I thought you were going to bring a question for me, Fish.
I have one for this day in history, though.
All right.
Dallas Mavericks attempted 49 3-pointers against the Nets, which stood as the NBA single record until 2016.
Wow.
March 5, 1996.
The game has changed,
so
man.
this one you can guess, because I figured you were going to ask which team, so I had to do research on that.
96. Which team?
No, 2016.
Oh, in 2016? What team?
The Mavericks had the record of 49 until 2016.
Yeah, it's got to be Golden State.
It is actually the Houston Rockets.
Oh, okay.
Houston Rockets had it with 50, and then a few weeks later they broke that with 61.
That makes sense. They like to jack it up.
61.
D'Antoni offense.
Yeah. We'll go to some bets. We have big soccer this weekend. We have Manchester United, Manchester City. United is plus 501. City's plus 20. City's minus 204. That should be a good game. That's Sunday.
All right.
And then Saturday with the Battle of Germany, Dortmund and Bayern Munich. That's actually on ABC.
Oh, nice.
So that's a big spot for them.
I know you'll be watching it.
I will be watching. Yes, that's at 12:30. Dortmund's plus 334. Munich's won the title the last 7 or 8 years. So.
Awesome. Well, I love it, Fish. Thanks for coming on with your facts and your bets of the day. Fish is on every morning at 9:50. Other than that, he is in the sound booth just doing his thing. It is now time for Joey's Dumbass of the Day. And let me play your little sounder here, Joey.
Now, to present the award,
it is Joey.
It is time.
Dumbass
of the day.
Why would you do that? And the loser is...
All right. The Mets beat the Nationals 8-4 in spring training yesterday. And believe it or not, it was a fan that they could not have won this game without. Because this fan was catching some balls, as you see on this play right here.
You got it. You got it. No, you still got it. You got it. Good play.
You're talking about the dude in the red shoes, right? That's the fan they can't live without.
The dude that put his mitt up in the air like he got the ball. Watch it one more time. This is amazing.
You got it.
Right there.
You got it. No, you still got it.
He thought he caught the ball.
You got it.
He puts it up in the air.
He holds it up like he did something.
Oh, you gotta love it. That was an amazing play. He really thought that he caught Ryan Zimmerman's home run. Definitely did not catch the ball, as you see it clearly right there on the ground.
No, and if you're the guy that dives on it in the red shoes and takes it, are you feeling bad? Or you're like, nah,
give him the ball.
Do you give him the ball or no?
Hell no.
Right. That's a grown-ass man at a ball game with a glove. If you can't make the catch with a glove, you don't deserve to keep that ball.
Especially with the blue glove, because the other guy didn't even have a glove on him.
And if you're a grown-ass man, do not bring a glove to a ball game.
Come on.
I hate that. I hate that.
Really?
Kids,
They do it all the time.
I know, and I hate it, Fish. Kids, okay, bring your glove.
What are you
protect
gonna do?
yourself.
Catch it with your hands?
Yes, you're a grown-ass man. Catch it with your hands. Dude.
I'm gonna take my. It's either I need a baseball cap so I could at least go like this and catch it, or I need a mitt.
Now,
Screw
once
that.
you reach the age of, I'm going to go 35, you should no longer bring baseball mitts into ball games, and you should no longer wear jerseys of other men's name on your back.
I like both of those things.
Starting at age 35?
At age 35, that's my cutoff. That's when it's like, all right, I'm my own man. I can catch a damn fly ball if it's hit to me with my hands, and I'm not going to let somebody else represent their name on my back.
Fair. 35 is fair.
Yeah, 35. That's my cutoff for you. Fish, how old are you?
20.
Okay, so you got 15
not
years.
35.
You got 15 years, buddy, and you'll be good to go. Thank you guys so much for waking up with the Morning Woodward Show. We are here Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Up next, we have Baligian and Bell. That is from 11 to 1, and then the Smoke Show is on today at 2 o'clock, and then shortly after that, we have The Hook with Darren McCarty, Pilar, Maz, and of course Art. It's a great show. It's on 3 to 5, so make sure you come back to Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, wherever you're watching us right now, or make sure you download our app, which is free, and you can listen to us anywhere, anytime, no matter what you're doing. It's Woodward Sports on Apple or Google Play, right, Joey?
Yep, both of those. What we got in the Smoke Show today? I'm hungry today.
Barbecue, burgers.
Oh,
burgers, baby.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Burger sounds good today, too.
Yeah, burgers are delicious. But you guys have a great weekend. Enjoy Coming to America 2. Enjoy the All-Star Game. Enjoy Michigan State. We will be back on Monday. Oh, and I can't forget, tomorrow, 10 a.m., we kick off a new podcast, new live stream right here at Woodward Sports. It's called The Sneaker Box, which they're going to review sneakers. And Nike has been sending them some to review. Like, I'm excited for this. So if you're a sneakerhead, tomorrow, 10 a.m. to noon, make sure you're tuning in.
I got to tease an interview that we got on Monday morning. We were texting with Jimmy King all morning talking about what he thinks being compared to this basketball team being better than the Fab Five or not. So we're going to talk to him on Monday morning as well.
Nice. All right. So Jimmy King, former Fab Five member, will be on with us Monday morning right here on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network.